5 functions of the management, which starts from planning, organizing, directing, staffing, controlling. All the things keep on repeating again and again in the cyclical way. Hence we can say that management is a continuous process. Administration decides what is to be done and when is to be done. There is a procedure for which we are going to take the work from the subordinates. Hello everybody, a warm welcome to one and all. I am Mr. Hemant Kumar from the Department of Commerce and Management, Vidhyaashram First Grade College, MYSURU, the Temple of Excellence. So, this is the first session of the subject Principles and Practice of Management for the first semester BBA students. We are here to study about the Unit 1, that is Introduction to the Management. This is the agenda of today's session. We are going with the meaning and definition of management, nature or characteristics of management. Also, we are going with the difference between the concept of management and the administration. Here we are going to study the difference between the management and the administration. Meaning and definition of management. Management can be defined as a process of getting the work or a task done that is required for achieving goals of an organization. As we know, management is defined as a process of getting the work done through the efforts of others. So, in management, there is a process, there is a procedure for which we are going to take the work from the subordinates. Work or the task done that is required for achieving the goals of the organization. Why we are going to getting the things done through the others? To achieve or to reach the desired goals of the organization. As we know, the goal of one organization is completely different from the goal of another organization. Here we need management to reach the goal of the organization. Here we are going to use or utilize the management to reach the goal of the organization. How we are going to utilize? Efficient and the effective manner. Here we are going to only reaching the goal of the organization is not important. Reaching the goal of the organization effectively and efficiently is important. Process implies the functions of the management. So, this process of management implies the functions of the management. As we know, there are 5 functions of the management, which starts from planning, organizing, directing, staffing, controlling. So, these are the 5 functions of the management. What do you mean by planning? Planning is nothing but deciding in advance the future course of action. What we are going to do in future, that we are going to decide today itself. Then organizing, it is nothing but bringing all the resources together to channelize towards the success of the organization. Means bringing all the efforts of the both human resource and the financial resource together to channelize towards the success of the organization. It is nothing but organizing. It is nothing but gathering the human and the non-human resources. So, staffing. So, as we know here, to complete the work effectively and efficiently, the right person must be fixed for a right job at a right time. The process of fixing the right person for the right job at a right time, we call it as a staffing. Directing. So, if you want to complete any kind of task, there must be direction from the superior. Hence, in the management, there must be a direction from the person which we call him as a manager. So, in the process of management, there must be a direction from the superior officer or the superior person who do have a experience in that particular field or the sector. Hence, we can say that directing is a function of management. Then, controlling. So, why this controlling is required? So, if there is a controlling in management, we can minimize the cost of production, and hence this controlling is very helpful to control all the activities or all the functions of management. So, hence the management used to control both human and the financial resources and also the functions of the management. So, this is the definition that is given by the Philip Kotler So, according to the Philip Kotler, management is the art of getting things done through the efforts of others. So, as we know, the management is the art of getting the things done through the efforts of others. It is nothing but getting the things or getting the work done by the efforts of others. Done by the efforts of other means the manager is going to take the work from the subordinates. The manager is going to take the work from the people or the individuals of the organization. So, not only taking the work with the individuals of the organization, that work must be effective and efficient enough. Means not only taking the work, taking the quality of the work that is required to reach the goals of the organization. That is important. Hence, we can say that management is the art of getting things done through the efforts of others effectively and efficiently. Moving forward, next we are going with the nature or characteristics of management. So, we had listed the 7 characteristics of management. The first one is the management is a goal-oriented process. So, as we know, each and every organization have its own goal. So, we can say that there is no organization without goal. So, if there is an existence of organization, there must be some goal. And also, the goals of the organization differs from one organization to the another organization. Hence, all the organization goals are not one and the same. Say for an example, the goal of one organization is not similar to the goal of the another organization. The goal of the profit organization is profit maximization, but the goal of the non-profit organization may be rendering the service to the society or serving the society. So, it differs from one organization to the another organization. Then, what is the duty of the management? Here, management is going to bring the efforts together and channelize the efforts towards the goals of the organization. I repeat, the duty of the management is to bring all the efforts of the organization together and channelize towards the success or the goal of the organization. Hence, we can say that management is a goal-oriented process. The next concept is management is all pervasive. So, what do you mean by pervasive? Pervasive is nothing but present everywhere. So, we call God as pervasive because we know that God is present everywhere, and hence the management is also pervasive because management is everywhere. In each and every organization, there must be management. In the business organization, there must be management. In non-business organization, there must be management, and also whether it is a organization is big, whether the organization is small, whether the organization is located in America, Russia, China, it is located in India. Okay, so the management is required. Hence, we can say that management is pervasive. It is found in each and every activity of the organization, and whether the organization is small, whether the organization is big. So, the policies and the procedures that they are going to follow may differ, but there must be the management. Hence, we can say that management is a pervasive. Management is a continuous process. So, there is a continuity in the management. As we know, the functions of management that we are going to study further, that is planning, organizing, directing, staffing, controlling. Okay, so these are the 5 functions of management. So, how it is going to start? It starts with the planning. After planning, organizing. After organizing, directing, staffing, controlling. Okay, so what happens after controlling? It repeat. It go back to the cycle. Again, planning, organizing, directing, staffing, controlling. Repeat. All the things keep on repeating again and again in the cyclical way. Hence, we can say that management is a continuous process. Management is intangible in nature. So, what do you mean by intangible? So, we cannot see, we cannot touch it. Okay. So, there is no physical existence of the management. So, how we can find the management? How we can experience the management? How we can know the existence of the management? So, we cannot touch the management, we cannot see the management, but we can feel feel the management. We can feel the results of the management. If any organization is going to run smoothly, if any organization is doing its all the operations successfully, so then we can say that the management of that organization is good. Just because of the results, we can recognize that the organization have a good management structure. So hence management is intangible in nature. Management is dynamic, not static. So as we know, management found in the business environment. So all the factors around the business environment is dynamic in nature, whether it come in terms of the economic environment, technological environment, social environment, political or the legal environment. All the environment have the dynamic nature. It keep on changing from one generation to the another generation, one time to the another time. Hence, this management is found in the business environment that is dynamic in nature, and also we call management as a dynamic. Management is not static, it is a dynamic process. It keep on changing from one time to the another. Management is a group activity. So as we know, there are number of individuals who are working in the organization. Each and every individual come to organization with the expectation of salary and also to fulfill their personal needs and wants. Okay, but what is the function of the management here? So here the management is going to bring the efforts of all the individuals of the organization and also channelize towards the success of the organization, and hence we can say that management is a group activity. So management cannot be done by a single person. Hence the goals of the organization or the goals of the management can only achieved from the group. There must be team efforts. Okay, hence we can say that management is a group activity. The next one is management is multidimensional. So as we know, there are three dimensions of management, that is management of work, management of people, and management of operations. So there are three dimensions of the management. The first one is the management of work. So how we are going to manage the work? As we know, there are various work or the various tasks that is performed by the people or the individuals of the organization. Okay, we can find various departments in the organization. Each and everyone will be instructed by their own work. Okay, so hence we can say that the management of work is very beneficial to reach the desired goals of the organization. The management of people. So there are two dimensions in the management of people. The management of individual is a dimension and the management of group of people is a dimension. So the organization focus towards the individuals of the organization as well, and in the same way the management focus towards the group of people in the organization for the betterment and the development of the individuals of the organization. The next one is the management of operations. So as we know, in each and every organization there are number of operations that is conducted by the management, and hence there must be management to control all the resources of the organization, and hence we can say that there are three dimensions of the management, that is the management of work, management of people, and management of the operation. These are the three dimensions of management. Moving forward, the difference between the management and the administration. Before going to the concept, let us know what do you mean by management and where it is found, and what do you mean by administration and where it is found. So as we know, the pyramid of the management, which consists of the three levels of management. The first one is the top level management, top one. The second one is the middle level management. The third one is the executive level management. Okay, so there are three levels of management. The topmost one we call it as a top level management, the middle one is the middle level management, and the last one is the executive level management. So here the top level management we call it as a administrative management. This top level management used to take the decisions of the organization, whatever the things that have to be happen in the organization, what are the tasks that must be completed in the organization, whatever the goals that must be reached in the organization should be decided by the top level management. That top level management we call it as a administration. So this middle level or the executive level management we call it as a management. So this top level we call it as a administrative management, this middle or the executive level management we call it as a management. So we shall go with the meaning of administration. It is the meaning of administration, it is concerned with the formulation of board objectives, plans and the policies. So as I said, all the decisions of the organization is made by the top level management or the administration of the organization. So it is the board objectives. So what are all the objectives of the organization, plans of the organization and the policies of the organization. So these are all the three things that the administration it is going to represent. That is the administration is all about. What do you mean by management then? Management is an art of getting things done through others by directing their efforts towards achievement of predetermined goals. As we know, it is the art of getting things done through the efforts of others. So here it is a decision making authority. Here it is the authority of the execution of the work, or it is the authority which take the work from the subordinates or the individuals of the organization. I repeat, here the administration it is going to give the policies, procedures and the formalities or the instructions to the management. The instruction will be given by the administration to the management. What the management is going to do? It must take the work from the employees or the individuals of the organization. Okay, so hence we can say that management is the art of getting things done through the efforts of others. What is the nature of administration? Administration is the decision making function. As we know, the administration is the only authority which makes the decisions of the organization. So here the management is a executing function. Whatever the decisions or the things that is instructed by the top level management must be followed by the middle or the executive level management. That is the procedure. That is how the things are going to happen in a organization. So the third one, what is the process? Administration decides what is to be done and when is to be done. So as we know, the administration is a decision making authority. It is going to decide what task must be performed and when the task must be performed. The decision is made by the administration. When it comes in terms of the management, what is the process of management? Management decides who should do it and how should do it. So it is going to give the guidance to the individuals of the organization who are supposed to complete the task and how he is going to complete the task. That must be instructed by the management. So what is the function of administration? Administration is thinking function because plans and the policies are determined under it. Because the plans and the policies are determined or decided by the top authority, which we call it as a administration. So hence we can say that administration as a thinking function because plans and the policies are determined under it. Whatever the plans of the organization, whatever the policies of the organization are determined by the administrative level. So what is the function of management? Management is doing function because managers get work done under the supervision. So here the management are going to getting the things done through the efforts of other by the supervision. Here the managers are going to supervise the subordinates to get the work done through the subordinates of the organization. As I said, the managers are the superiors of the organization, hence they are going to take the work from the individuals of the organization on the supervision of work. They are the superiors who are going to supervise the work that is done by the subordinates or the individuals of the organization. Here, what are the skills that is found in the administration, conceptual and the human skills? Here in the administration, we can find not only human skills but also we can find the conceptual skills. Here in the management, we can find the technical and the human skills. As we know, human resource is present in all the activities of the organization. Okay, so here human skills we can found in the administration and also the management. Then the level. So this is the top level function of the organization. As I said, this administration is the top level function of the organization. So middle are the low level function of the organization. This management is the middle and the low level function of the organization. I repeat, this administration is the top level function of the organization. This management is the middle and the low level function of the organization. Moving forward, so in the next session, we are going to the concept of management as a science, management as a art, and also the management as a profession. In the next session, we are going to study the management as a science, art, and the profession. Thank you.